Welcome back. For this week's Mending Monday segment, I'm joined by Joe and Jessica from our sponsors at Save the Michaels with information on how they're helping a vulnerable part of our community. Thank you both so much for coming in today.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Of course. Well, obviously, with the weather being so cold lately, a major concern has been the homeless population in our community. So let's talk about how Save the Michaels is helping them.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, it's a little sad and pathetic that there isn't a lot of care for our homeless or unsheltered population. There's been an increase in that population of people here in Erie County, as well as in Niagara County. We have seen in our drop-in center in Lockport, New York, a big increase of families also who are unsheltered coming in out of the cold. So families, children, men, women, veterans. Our place is pretty much filled on a daily basis with that population. And it's sad because there should be more help from the government, more resources made available, more communication between organizations in the community. The organizations that do help the unsheltered are working their tails off. They're working hard and long hours to, get people out of the cold. But there needs to be more. At Save the Michaels, there's a respite from the elements during the day. We offer hot coffee, hot chocolate, snacks, a comfortable place with television, computers, and we have case managers available for whatever other needs the unsheltered people might be looking for.
Right. And some of those other needs are transportation, right? In these cold temperatures, you shouldn't be just walking to wherever you need to go, whether it's appointments or court or whatever it may be. And that is something that Save the Michaels is really kind of a change maker in providing that resources to those who need it, right?
Yeah, and Save the Michaels transportation is always ever growing and always shifting around to try and help the community in any way it can. Last year, we went over 286,000 miles getting people to those appointments. So all of the individuals who are linked to our transportation program are linked to a case manager, a recovery coach, somebody that's going to help them with their everyday needs to get them into a better place and hopefully helps to eliminate some of that homelessness issue that is out there.
That's right. Let's talk about how there's a stigma surrounding homelessness and how Save the Michaels is working to combat that with compassion.
Yeah, we're all about compassion with everyone that we work with. I think community members need to be educated and informed that people that are homeless or unsheltered are our neighbors, our family.
And then it could easily be us. It could easily be me, it could be him, you, it can be anyone in the worst circumstance.
There's a few factors, that lead to people being homeless or unsheltered. And from our perspective, mental health, addiction, sudden loss of a job, some traumatic issues that may have happened cause people to be unsheltered and homeless. And I think people just have to understand that these are people that just need help and hope and understanding. Even when there's organizations that try to build housing for unsheltered, community members are really reluctant to have that type of situation in their neighborhood.
Right.
But I think if people would just take some time to get educated and more informed about how homelessness happens, they would be a little more compassionate.
Well, how can the community help with your mission?
Yeah, so the community can help again by educating, reaching out to Save the Michaels. We're always looking for ways to help the community with voluntary contributions, so that is always helpful. Or if somebody wants to volunteer some time in our drop-in center, that could be very helpful as well.
Nice. Is there anything else that people should know or ways that they can reach out if they're facing homelessness themselves and could use your resources?
Yeah, our website does have a spot for community resources. 211 is a number that can be called to direct people to resources that are available. Or just pick up the phone and call 716-984-8375. and you'll be put in touch with a real person, not an automated attendant, to hear what the need is and direct to the right person to help.
And Jessica, I'm sure as the need continues to grow for transportation, especially during these cold winter months, there's more of a need for people to volunteer their services, right?
Yeah, we have a couple of volunteer drivers on top of our regular crew of people that are employed to drive. Our Lockport facility, we have several volunteers in there that also come in to try and help with these situations. And, as the transportation program grows and we continue to try and fill these holes that exist in the community, it's just going to become a greater need. So we're always looking for people who want to help, who have time to donate, and you can call the number that Joe just gave, or you can stop into any of our facilities and talk to somebody, and we'll figure out a way for you to help.
And which facilities do you find there's the greatest need, especially for transportation?
Transportation?
Probably.
I think it's widespread.
Yeah.
But mostly, if I'm not mistaken, our rural areas that
Yeah.
we serve, and we serve the 8 counties of Western New York. So a lot of times in the rural areas, there's not a lot of public transportation or ways for people to get around.
Yeah, places like Niagara County have a bus route, but it only goes to certain areas, and you have to be able to get there, and that's not always a possibility.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing more about what you're trying to do to help such a vulnerable part of our community. Viewers, if you would like more information on all of the ways our sponsors are mending our community, you can visit SaveTheMichaels.org.